Today we've been rendering the lard from the pigs, and I got a special treat. Just got it from the freezer. It's some pig skin from our Christmas ham, and we are going to make some homemade pork rinds. Let's get this started. Okay, our homemade pork rinds. This is how we're going to start. I trimmed this off of our ham from Christmas, and now I need to trim it just a little bit more to get as much fat off as I possibly can, and I'm just going to go ahead and throw that in the lard pot because I hate for anything to go to waste. Stick that in there for now. You be very careful doing this. And this is how you're going to be making pork rinds. Yummy, yummy. Hopefully this turns out. This is the first time I'll be making these from scratch. Tried it once before. It didn't turn out, so I've done my more research on how to make them, and hopefully this time they turn out. Now just remember that pig fat is super oily, so that makes it slippery. So just be careful with the knife. So we're going to get as much fat off of this. We don't want any meat also on our pig skin. You can do a lot with a pig, so you'll get meals and treats all in one from your harvested pork. Alright, I'm going to finish this up and I'll be back to show you what it looks like. Okay, we're back. Now, I wanted to show you. This is how much fat I got off of this one piece of pig skin. I got it as thin as I possibly can. Some areas is thicker than others. I did have to resort to a bigger knife, but without hurting myself, that's as thin as I could get it. Now I'm going to just attempt to cut, which I'm probably going to use these. I'm going to cut these in smaller sections, and we're just cutting this skin with my kitchen shears. Now I'm going to cut it just in these strips, and then so that it will fit in my pot. Because the next thing we need to do is boil this skin to make sure it gets all the rest of that fat and bits of meat or whatever is left on our skin. So little manageable pieces here. This is a long process. I'm going to fill this with water, boil my skin until it is soft and pliable, and then the rest of this fat will come off. Now I placed the pig skin in the water before it was boiling because that's what the directions say to do. Like I said, I've never made these before, so we are trying this together. And it does say that if it floats to the top like it is doing, that you can put a plate in there to weigh down that pork skin so that it gets cooked thoroughly the way it needs to be cooked. Now you see the bits of fat coming up. That is normal because you're not going to be able to get all of that fat off of that skin. That is why we're boiling it, is to release the rest of that fat. So this might take a little while. Okay, this is what it looks like in a full rolling boil. And I'm going to check it to see if it's done, but I think it needs to go until 10 o'clock. Okay, I think this is ready. I'm just going to get this plate. Move the plate out of here. Out of the way. Hot, hot, hot. Okay. And then the next thing is you want to make sure it's not falling apart, but it's still moving. So I think we're just perfect on this. We'll lay this on a cookie sheet. Preferably flat as we can get it. I'm going to do skin side down. Oh no, casualty. Casualty. Okay. The water's not good. And then we're going to pop this into the refrigerator for 2 hours or until it's completely cool. And then another step. We'll be back. Put these in the refrigerator for at least 2 hours. So we're marking on like midnight. It's okay. What else are we going to do, really? Okay, while I was waiting for the pork skin to cool, I went ahead and washed my eggs. So that job is done for the day. But now, I've tested this. And it is cool to the touch. It's cool all the way through. So now the job is to scrape off with a spoon more of the pig fat. This is what it says, to scrape it off with a spoon. So I'll take a piece and see if it, oh yeah, yep. That works. That works really well. I'll show you up close here, if you can. Let's see. Okay, put that one back. So this is all the fat that we don't want. You take your, I'm trying to get it in the frame for you. Hold on, let me adjust the camera. Ooh. That's not good. This is real life, people. Real life. Okay. That's better than nothing. Better than nothing. Here we go. We're going to just take our spoon. And so I guess that's how you know it's ready, is when the rest of that fat just slithers on off of there like a snake. That's pretty cool. Now we just have the skin. That is it. No fat. It's a perfect piece of skin. Look how much fat I still didn't get from the knife. So this is why you boil it, to release the rest of the fat off the skin of your pig skin. That's awesome. I love that. It's great. Great little trick there. So I'm just going to continue doing the rest of these. This is quite fun, actually. Oddly. Look, you can see the difference. Look how much fat was left on there compared to the skin that has no fat on it. It's just super simple. Okay. See, we just got our pigs back that we sent off to the butcher, and it provided 5 families worth of food. Well, all 3 of them. We kept one for ourselves. It was 192 pounds worth of meat, which is awesome. And we'll keep our family in meat for the year. And then we also just had our beef to the slaughter. Got that back. So we are set for the year, the winter, everything with our meat, with our 50 chickens from the summer, and now our hog, and now our beef. We are set to bring in the new year with our freezers full. And I will show you the freezers in another video, because now we have to cut this up a little bit smaller. And I done washed. Okay. Now I'm thinking, you know, a pork rind piece could probably be like that big. Any sizes really. But I'll do it like this. This is just a trial run. These are probably going to be fantastic. Wish we would have done more, probably. Well, these kitchen shears are really nice. Alright, almost done. I just can't get over how much fat was left on this after I trimmed it the best I could. Still a lot of fat left on this skin. So you could have never got that off with a knife. Super simple boiling it. Now I'm not going to put any seasoning on these. I'm going to put salt on them after they're done. But I guess you could season them now, because now these go in the dehydrator, and they dehydrate overnight, because this is not a pork rind. Not yet. We still have more steps. So I'll put these in dehydrator, get back with you in the morning, and we will see how these will turn out. There are 2-3 more steps. But look, that's the fat that come off the skin even after I cut the fat off. I just can't get over that. So now, food dehydrator. And that fat that I showed you is just useless now, so we won't worry about that fat and rendering it into lard. Oh, speaking of lard, this is what I've gotten so far out of these pigs that we harvested this year. Well, after one pig that we harvested and kept for our family. The other pigs went to very good homes to feed very good people. And that's what we want to do anyways. We want to feed ourselves, but more importantly, make sure everybody else has affordable, good food also. So, like I said, our hog, we brought home 192 pounds, and that will feed our family. And we are happy with that. Okay, we got these food dehydrator. Gonna go ahead and turn it on, plug it up, set it, forget it. I think it's like 125 it's supposed to be dehydrated at. And we'll see how these turn out. They get dehydrated, and then they will get fried in the lard. So we're going to see how this turns out. I'm super excited. Thank you for being along for the ride. Let's go to sleep, wake up, see what happens. Okay, now we've had these on overnight. They are hard, but still really greasy, and that's okay. But as long as you can break them, and it's hard to break them in those smaller pieces here. But let's see if I can't do this like they crumble. Then we're good. So we're going to take these off of here. Tray. Let these. So dark and brittle. They're done. See how that, I don't think I got that in camera, but it just busted. You can't do it one-handed. Like it just busts. So we're good. Got this from that pig fat. Let's see if we can't fry them up. It's really greasy. I only have those 3 trays. It's really greasy, but this is what your pig skin would look like. Darker, like hard candy, and this is what you'll fry up. Let's try it. Okay, as you can see, I'm still making lard and everything, but we want to see if the pork skin will turn into pork rinds, because it took a good long time to make this. You have to dehydrate it, or you have to get all the fat off of it, boil it, get the rest of the fat off of it, dehydrate it. I mean, you've seen all the steps earlier in the video. Let's see if there'll be pork rinds now. I'm excited. It's either a fail or a win. But either way, we did it together, and we're going to find out what we done wrong. If it doesn't work out, if it does work out, you have a new recipe. Okay, here we go. Do not judge my deep fryer. It gets used quite a bit. Now, what it says to do is take a 1-inch piece, plop it in there. It takes about 15 seconds. I'm going to get a plate ready with a paper towel on it to soak up some oil. Let's see. It says to prod it. I'm going to stick this in here to prod it. My oil might not be hot enough yet. Alright, let's wait till this heats up some more. Ooh. Or maybe it is hot enough. It's expanding. It's expanding. Takes about 15 seconds, it says. Wow. Oh my gosh. Look at that, guys. Well, I called it. It takes about 15 seconds, it says, and then they're done. Let's do another one. You just gotta work it around in there. Look at that. A pork rind. This one's starting to expand and it got hung up in my... Do not do that. Okay, here we go. It takes a good second or 3 to start the process, but after that, it's... I think you need to hold it down a little bit, really let it expand. Yay, y'all. I wish y'all could see my face. I really want you to see this process. So, I feel like the best thing to do is just keep it moving until it starts to expand. And that's the best way to get it to really cook really evenly. Look. Like I said, this is the very first time I've ever done this recipe. And well, I've attempted it in the past and it never worked out. But I don't think I did it right. Let's try this one. You just keep moving it. I'm super excited. We for sure have a new way of using up the pigskin. And it works. The only thing I found that the dehydrated pigskin only lasts like a couple days. So you're going to have to eat it pretty quickly. Make it pretty quickly. But you could do it in batches. There it goes. Look how quick that is. Just because this is amazing. When it works, it works. I'm so excited. They are the prettiest pork rinds I've ever seen. Look. I'm so excited. Now your oil has to be really hot, like 400 degrees. So remember that when you're making these. I'm so tickled. Have y'all ever done this? Have you ever made homemade pork rinds? If so, let me know what you all, like how to season them, or because these are not seasoned at all. Because I was afraid to season them and it not turn out. I don't know if you do it before or after, but alright, I'm going to finish these. I still have quite a bit more, and I already have a bunch. I'll be back with my final thoughts after I'm done here. Alright, they're done. The whole little piece of skin that I made into pork rinds. And I'm super excited because I've been trying to do this for years. I just want to be able to use as much of as our animals that we harvest from here on our farm that we grew up. We want to be able to use just as much as we can without wasting. And this right here is a good treat. Listen, it's a snap, crackle, and popping. They look yummy. Haven't tried any yet. They're still really hot. 400 degree oil is nothing to joke about. So if you plan on making these, I just suggest maybe not the kids be around, because it does pop out a bit. And I'm using this Fry Daddy even, and it popped out on me. And I have a brand new shirt on, and I hope the oil didn't get on it, but if not, if it did, we'll figure it out. But they're super light and fluffy. They look just like store-bought ones, so you can season these any way you like. I don't know how long these will keep in a bag after they're done, but I do know the dehydrated pig skin only lasts a couple days at room temperature in a sealed container. So if you plan on making these, I would do small batches at a time, so you could go ahead and fry that dehydrated pig skin up and you don't have nothing go to waste. You can keep the rest of your pig skin in the freezer until you need it, and enjoy. Y'all come back.